Fernandes shines as Manchester United dominates 10-man Athletic Bilbao. What a night for Manchester United in the heart of Bilbao. They strutted into the iconic stadium known as the Cathedral and left with a resounding victory that has them dreaming of a glorious return. With this win, they remain the only unbeaten team in the competition, a remarkable feat after 8 grueling months. Even if they face a setback in the upcoming week, the margin of this triumph suggests they are well on their way to the final match in this very arena, where they could potentially turn their season around and secure a spot in the Champions League. The Europa League is not just a tournament for them, it's a lifeline. United faced off against Athletic Bilbao, a team that had been formidable at home, yet they dismantled their opponents with such ease that the second leg now feels like a mere formality. Athletic had not lost at home in Europe this year and had only conceded 10 goals across all competitions. But within just 15 minutes, United had already netted 3 goals, with Casemiro opening the scoring and Bruno Fernandes adding 2 more before the halftime whistle. The second goal came from a penalty, awarded after Danny Vivian received a red card, much to the dismay of the home crowd, effectively sealing Athletic's fate and their hopes of hosting the final on May 21st. This match showcased a United side that finally resembled the powerhouse they aspire to be, a team capable of clinching a European title that could be their salvation and a beacon of hope for the future. They looked a class above their opponents, especially after a shaky start. Athletic Bilbao began the match with energy, earning the first corner and igniting the crowd within the first 90 seconds. United's early possession seemed to serve more as a platform for Athletic to launch their attacks, as they pressed hard to stifle United's play. However, this aggressive approach left them vulnerable, and just 4 minutes in, Alejandro Garnacho was nearly on the scoresheet, only to be flagged offside. It was a warning sign for United, urging them to exploit the same flank. Andre Onana was called into action early, making a crucial save from Alex Berenguer, while Inaki Williams came close with a header that sailed just over. Athletic's pressure was palpable, but United held firm, and it was they who struck first just before the half-hour mark. Ruben Amorim, Athletic's coach, later admitted that the first 25 minutes were a different story from what followed, as the game shifted dramatically with United's opening goal and the red card. The goal came from an unexpected source, as Harry Maguire, who had previously played a pivotal role in a comeback against Lions, turned into a playmaker. He danced past his marker on the right and delivered a pinpoint cross that Casemiro met with a well-placed header into the net. Just 2 minutes later, United doubled their lead in a manner that further tilted the scales in their favor. The play originated on the right, where United had identified a weakness. Rasmus Højlund went down in the box after a clear tug from Vivian, who was subsequently shown a red card for his troubles. Fernandes stepped up to convert the penalty, and it felt like the game was all but over. Despite a brief moment of hope for Athletic when Inaki Williams had a chance, United quickly extinguished any flicker of a comeback. They added a third goal when Højlund scrambled for the ball, Ugarte provided a clever flick, and Fernandes finished with finesse. The first half ended with United in complete control, even hitting the bar just before the whistle. As the second half began, the referee was called to review a potential red card for Maguire after a foul on Marouane Sanadi, but he deemed it not worthy of a dismissal, snuffing out any hope for Athletic. United continued to dominate, showcasing their superiority and threatening to extend their lead further. There were more penalty appeals and attempts from distance, with Casemiro coming close with a header that hit the post. The final minutes saw United create several more chances, but they couldn't find the net again. Athletic, despite a spirited effort from Williams, were left exhausted and defeated. For Manchester United, this night in Bilbao was nothing short of a triumph, and they will undoubtedly be eager to return for more.